Good day everybody. This is a short tutorial video on how to set up our live stream. First, I'm breaking it up into two parts. Firstly, I'll just be showing you all where all the equipment is placed right now, and then in the second part we'll just show you how it is we're setting it up and get it running. Okay? Alright, so this here is our unofficial place for storing the camera. Hopefully we get something more suited for it. What we have here, we have the camera bag that has our camera, the Sony high definition camera, so you'll be taking that out. That is basically everything that you'll be taking, well, that and this, the bracket, right, because this is important, the live shell goes onto this. Basically that is all you need in this bag, in this box, sorry. Let's put that aside. This bag that we have here, this is what usually stores the live shell. That is this little thing here. Make sure we have all the cables and everything that is attached. Alright, so let's go to the setting up part. Alright, so let me just start in setting up with our stuff. Basically, in the bag here, we have the camera. We'll take out one of the bigger batteries. We usually use the bigger battery and the smaller battery when the big battery done, and the cable, the charging cable, because we always run on AC. Although we're using the battery, we usually keep it on AC power all the time. Right. In the box with the live shell, well, obviously you have to take out the live shell device. Please be very careful. This is our HDMI cable. This will be what will be connecting from the live shell to the camera, so that the camera will give the live shell a video feed. This little thing that you see in here, this will be able to mount the live shell onto our bracket, as this bracket here. And lastly, the power cable for the live shell. Alright, so let me start up by the basic setup. Just note, this is on to the bracket, and the battery, well, this is basic, the battery for the camera, make sure putting that locked in. We started by putting on the bracket to the camera. Now usually I know we mount the bracket like this, and the LCD is on this side, right? Usually mount it like that, but this time, just for live streaming, we'll be mounting it the opposite way, and we will be bringing this knob here straight back down. Right, this is just to give it a better balance on the tripod. You'll see that as we put it on. Once that's securely locked, right, we're going onto the tripod now, and we're taking off the clip, and we're mounting the clip to the bottom of this thing right here. Now with probably other tripods, you might need to pay attention how you're mounting this clip, what direction, but with our tripod, not really, because it's square. Any side you put, it will go on the same way. Let's put on the live shell one time. Live shell has a hole underneath here, and you screw on. You bring the first screw as close to up here as possible, just leaving like a little bit of the screw there, and you screw this on to the live shell, and when you screw that on, you tighten it by keeping one side, you hold in here, and you just turn it a little bit, and then turn it to make sure it's secure on. Then this here would go into the cold shoe. This is called a cold shoe, by the way, of the bracket. Now you're mounting it backwards because you will be behind the camera, so you're mounting the live shell backwards, and then this second knob here will turn to lock in to the bracket. Now note that this square bracket inside here, it goes in one direction, so if you're putting it in and you realize it's too big, it's because you're probably putting it in on the wrong side. Once that is securely firm inside there, we just connect in the cable that will send the video from the camera to the live shell. So your smaller side is on the camera always, and you bring this around and attach it onto here, the back of the live shell. And that is it pretty much for the video connections. Alright, so now we're going to put the camera onto the tripod. Now be very, very careful when you're putting this on. We don't want this to fall. You're putting the front first, drop the back, and secure the clip at the back. Make sure the clip always push straight into it. Right? Just for now, just keep everything locked down as we do the connections. Right, so let me just do the two connections. I might have to just time up a little bit here. You might want to do this probably before. So first we put in the power for the live shell, and then we take this one over here and we just plug it into the camera on the side. Right, everything's supposed to be operational there now. Alright, so a tip that I just now saw there while connecting up the power, I think you might have to connect power to this stuff before, because I don't know if you're trying to reach to the back of the live shell from down here, it's kind of hard. So yeah, connect the power before you put it up. Once everything connected, the camera has power, the live shell has power, and both of them connected to each other, it's time to switch on. So we switch on first. Well, you all know where the power button for the camera is on this side. Just hold that down, let that switch on. Usually what I let it do, I let the camera fully power on, I let the on-screen menus come up and everything, and once that is on, then I power on the live shell. The live shell power on is this little button to your top left hand here. It has a little node on it. You hold it down until it lights up. Right, once it lights up, everything is already configured, so it should be streaming as soon as the live shell comes on. One important thing I forgot to say is the connection. We use Ethernet because apparently sometime when it's checking for the Wi-Fi doesn't connect all that well, so we use a direct Ethernet connection. So you plug that connection right there. You see it connecting Ethernet. As soon as you put it in it, and now it's synchronizing with the dashboard. And after it's synchronizing, you'll just get the settings and it will immediately start to stream. Right? So basically you give it around, I would say, 2 minutes to set up itself, and then it will start to stream. So we'll move to the computer from that. Alright, so basically the live stream is already up on our homepage now, fcfctrinidad.com, and as you can see, little Ustream thing here, and we have a live sign showing us that we live. You click and it will bring it up in a few minutes. Right, that's that there. Now I'm using this browser Maxton, and the reason I use this for in monitoring the live stream is because it have a pop-out feature where you could just have it pop out and just have it like in a corner, right? So that is one thing. The dashboard, which is the next thing where you just control it from, that is this lovely thing here. Basically what you do, you just go on this Cerevo, your Google Cerevo, and you just click log in on their main page, and the credential, we have the credentials. For purpose of video, we wouldn't be able to tell you all the credentials, but you have the credentials, and this will be able to monitor what's going on. Now just remember that it have a 20 seconds or a close to 30 second lag sometime. It depends on what the situation is, but it have a lag. So what you see in here is not what's actually going on. In your settings that you tweak, when you change the settings up here in the camera, it will change after that 30 seconds. So just keep that in mind when you're streaming. As you can see, it have the bandwidth telling you how many things going on right now. Now as you can see, I have two views here right now, right? I'm viewing it from our website as well as from the broadcast. Let me just move up to the Cerevo. As you can see, it have that number 2 up here that would show you that how much views that you're having right now. It have settings inside there you can play with, but Usually you'll use it from the dashboard. I usually don't use the settings up here unless you have to, unless you know how to. Last thing is that when you're powering off, this is how you power off. You press the top power button, and before I go to power off, you could pause stuff too, right? So in the event that, I don't know, any reason you need to pause the stream, this is the bottom left hand button here. As you can see, pause down there. So you see pause right now. As well as you could unpause by just pressing that button again. So yeah, we start back there and we just go back to the main screen, right? And now for power off, you press the power button, which is, as you can see on the on-screen menu, it gives you an idea which button does what. So you press power off, and then you press the button underneath that to stop the stream, and then it will power off for itself. So that's basically for everything. Afterwards, when you're setting up, I guess you just do the reverse, you power off camera, unplug everything, and you do that. As you can see now on the dashboard side, we off stream, everything is already shut down. So that's basically it for how to set up our Ustream. Thanks for watching. I hope this was informative for you all. Any questions, you all know you all could always ask me. Thanks again. I hope you all have a good day.